What up? What up? We're here to talk about, does YouTube content creators, do they make the most money? And I'm here with my boy D Mart. What up, D Mart?
What up, CJ? I'm very excited for this conversation, bro.
Yo, super excited. Listen, by the way, look, I'm learning this whole StreamYard thing, and listen, we're not only on YouTube, but we're also on Twitch and we are on Facebook all at once.
Are
How
you
about that?
serious? That's
All at
and we got
once.
this background. Look at this. This
Come on
next
now.
level right here.
Elevation, bro. And this is one of the funny things about YouTube is like with YouTube, you get to do this cool stuff. And you remember a week ago when we first started this show, like it was like, hey, I just went on here live. Then it was like I started getting StreamYard. Then we was like, oh, we could just split screen. We could do all this stuff. And then I could
hmm
put these cool things up there like I'm about to put up there right now. And it's just so much fun. But YouTube is literally the home. I think that content creators are maybe sleeping on. A lot of them are not sleeping on it, and then we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how much money is being made by these YouTube creators and why we can't just ignore it. Now, Instagram is still the home for influencers, more influencers, and that's a whole different discussion. Like breaking that down, they make more money on Instagram, the influencers, right? That's the people who, just post a picture, a couple of videos here and there. Those deals are going through Instagram for those corporations. But we're going to talk about how you're getting direct money on YouTube. So, what's your experience with YouTube, David? Like, tell me about it, and we're going to get into the numbers.
Oh, CJ, I've been on YouTube since it was like videos of squirrels and cats,
Hmm.
people playing video games like
Hmm.
Guitar Hero 3. I would watch. It's been on YouTube, and finally decided after years and years of being on the sidelines to hop in and start making some valuable content for my people. And I think it's the most enjoyable platform that I have for my style. Definitely like educating, definitely like entertaining, and YouTube is just it's a great spot to be at, especially with the addition of shorts. I've had some videos, also reviews that have popped off in a pretty big way because I was pretty big into the home gym review space.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had some good videos there. A lot of cool connections that have come from that. Getting able to be in front of the eyes of like some bigger companies, and you can do that yourself pretty easily. So big fan of YouTube.
Yeah, same here. And the funny thing is, I've been on YouTube since 2016 because it was crazy. Actually, I take it back. 2006. Well, I'm saying 2006. Oh my God. I'm dating us, right? 2006. Oh my God. It was funny like this. I'll tell you this quick joke. It was like a kid the other day was like, "You were born in the 1900s?" I'm like, "You little rascal. Yeah, we were born in the 1900s. Don't you 1900s?"
The 1900s.
Yes, but that's how they know it, right? But
Wait, okay, for real though, CJ, how
mhm.
old are you?
I don't tell anybody.
I knew it because I was trying to figure that out at some point. I was like, I don't think he's ever said it. And
I
I
don't
went
think I've
back.
ever said it's like a magic number here. It's like a magic number, but see, at the end of the
I
day,
think you're like 35, bro. Maybe 34.
good number, good guess,
I'm
good
right in
guess.
there. I'm
It's a
right in
good,
there.
it's a good guess. But I will just say this. With like we were talking about the YouTube numbers, I wanted to dive into it, like why we're really like leaning into it super heavy right now. And so I'm gonna just pull up a few slides. And by the way, look at this, David. Watch that. Boom! I got a slide.
You got a whole presentation in
I got a
here.
whole. Listen, we ready for this. I told you, everyday elevation.
CJ, that's next level, bro. You
Everyday
just
ele-
been working, man. I don't understand,
Like,
but
how's
this
he do
looks
it?
awesome.
How's he do it? I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
even know how I do it. And look, it's like, okay, so let's just get into some of the numbers. Let's talk about it, right? So, the average YouTube, payout in the U.S. was about $1,154 per week or monthly. So this is just breaking it down for like the high end YouTube, creators, right? Creators, and this, by the way, this is a Google search, so you guys can just Google how much people make on YouTube, right? Creators earn 55% of the revenue on their channels. And so, for example, for every $100 an advertiser pays Google, they pay actually Google will then pay, which is, by the way, if you guys don't know, Google owns YouTube, so that's just another thing in itself. But $55 of it goes to the creator, and the average YouTuber makes about 18 cents per view or $18 for every 1,000 views. So when you hear those numbers, David, like what does that trigger in your head? Because I know a lot of us on Instagram land and things like that, we were literally fight to just get reels, and like we get $100 and we're like, oh my god, I'm $100, but you can't really get past the threshold. But when you hear these type of numbers being dropped on YouTube, what do you think?
Man, it's very lucrative for social media. Like this is probably the most lucrative option of like the main social medias out there. I don't know. Do you agree?
Yeah,
Before I go further.
I agree. I super agree. Now, and the thing is that one of the things I like about YouTube, and it's like clearly defined. Like it's not a hard guess. Like when we were getting bonuses from other platforms, it was like, well, how much is for per view, and how much is it gonna? Like we didn't really know. It's clearly defined, and I'll get
Yeah.
into. We even have some examples I'll show in a little bit.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I feel like that's a nice touch from YouTube too, just like as a platform. Like it is about supporting its creators because it knows that the creators are the backbone of that platform. Whereas like other social medias sometimes stray away from that a little bit, which isn't the best. But yeah, like just knowing that's the fact, that's pretty cool. And like honestly, you can get to a point without that much effort and do this and make decent money. And it's not gonna take that like that's not a very, very hard thing to do. I'd say it's pretty challenging to be like the top of the top on YouTube, but like to make some money, anyone here could do that.
Oh yeah, you see Keely in the chat. She's like, "Whoa!" Like mind blown. And then Deb is dropping with the fires and the claps and things like that. But listen, let me go to the next slide real quick because this is gonna even break it down a little bit more for us, right? So, and by the way, this article that I got, I just googled it. I think it was from Hootsuite or something like that. But there's still plenty of people skeptical in the world who do not believe it's possible to make money on the internet, which maybe some people listening here, I don't know. But in reality, there are numerous success stories. And basically, we it talked about what the average YouTube maker. Now, by the way, when we say average, that doesn't mean everybody. That just means that you get the highest people earning on YouTube, and then some people make nothing, right? Some people make I'm not gonna tell you the number, what the highest person on YouTube makes. I'm gonna have you
Oh
guess later.
man.
But
Yeah.
some people make up here. So then you take the average of it, and that's where these sums come from, right? But really, it's just again talking about what it is per view, and I think that's super important. Like I've heard rumors of things like, but either way, it's you at least know like, hey, people are literally making a living. I gotta give you an example. Like, um, I'll show some YouTube accounts that I follow later on, but people are making six figures, easy seven figures off of YouTube, and they're full time creator off of YouTube. And some of them just play video games. That's one of my favorite accounts to follow. I'm gonna show you in a little bit. He literally just plays a video game every day, and I watch it. And I've watched it for like 6, 7 years. It's crazy, David. It's crazy. The money's out there. But I'm gonna go to the next slide. By the way, actually, I think David missed it. David missed it. How much do you think, before I go to that slide, how much do you think the top person on YouTube is making content creator?
Man, yeah, I'm out here. I'm trying to pull up the values for my favorite content creators because I know we're going to talk about this. Man,
Mm-hmm.
but the top guy is Mr. Beast, right? Is that who
Yeah,
it is?
you already know how much
Yeah.
does he make a year
Oh man, per video or wait, what's the
per
just
year
total?
per year.
Oh, bro, stupid money. Is it 8 figures? 9 figures? Oh, yeah, 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 8.
$54 million. $54 million. And here's the thing: a lot of you guys may be saying,
Oof.
"Well, first of all, you might know a couple of them, like like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. You might know some of these people, but the majority of these names you've never heard of before in your life. You've never even heard. You're like, who is that? Like what? Like this is not the celebrities you're thinking about, right? This is not even celebrity names. These are everyday people like us who decided to invest fully in YouTube and go all in. And so that's the crazy part about it, right? It's not like Beyonce's name is not up here. It's Mr. Beast. They're like, how the hell is it's because the money is there. And so he's being like, if you guys don't know who Mr. Beast is, go ahead, look up his YouTube channel. You'll see his content. You see, like right now, he has a crazy budget, right? He has a crazy budget on how his videos are done now, but it was not always like that. At some point, he was just like us, but the difference is he invested all in making his first videos on his page, just like as much quality and much effort as he put into them, he's putting that same quality in now. Difference is he has a bigger budget, but he put the same effort into it. He said, I'm going to post a video once a week, and it's going to be the best video out available in my particular niche that week. And I've been studying this super, super hard to understand, like, okay, how are we going to do this? And how am I going to be able to, make my own community on YouTube the same way? And, a lot of people, will always know me for Instagram, always David. But at the end of the day, I'm looking like, hey, the people on YouTube don't know me, so here we are. Let's go ahead and bring it. And I know you've been posting a lot more frequently on YouTube than me. How is your you know how is your experience so far on YouTube when it comes to like the consistency of it? Like, has it been hard to go all in? What has it been like for you?
Yeah, man. YouTube, oh man, like it's my favorite social media, but is the most difficult
Mhm.
to go all in on. Like it takes a lot of commitment, time, editing to really like lock into a consistent YouTube strategy. But I will say when I am able to do that, like I see so much growth and it feels like just that feeling of that routine is good is like it's an awesome feeling. I feel so accomplished because like it's just something that I want to do. It's just a really hard thing for me to do. So like getting on a every week basis, like for example, good place to start. That's what I'm going for now. Sometimes I struggle with it, but like I give it a good shot to put out like a high quality like it's a good thing I think on YouTube too that you've kind of like impressed upon me from Instagram, CJ. I remember
Mhm.
back in the day you were like there's so many people putting out content, yours has to pop in some kind of way. So for me, that was like stepping my editing game up. I'm no crazy editor, but like I can make it look pretty good, like basic level stuff, right?
Mhm.
So I think like the growth on YouTube is definitely there when you put the effort in. It's just takes some effort to get that to that that spot.
Oh yeah, it takes hella effort, right? It takes hella effort to get to these numbers, right? And so look at a quick question. Oh, by the way, let's go to the comment section real quick. By the way, David, we are getting numbers every single time we do this. It goes from we're not. By the way, I'm just listen. This is the moment. You got to give me 30 seconds. I went from 0 people watching last week, right, to the day after I had 2 people, to the last time it was like 5, and now this time we just hit like 7. Like it's just we're just crawling, David. We just crawling,
Yep,
but that's what
out
we
the
do.
mud.
Out the mud. That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get these YouTube dollars.
Right.
Uh, Avery just said two of my favorite dudes right here. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Avery.
Appreciate it. And then we love you, Avery. Miss you. We will see you this Wednesday. Deb said, I was gonna ask that is it more difficult to make content? Does it have to be perfect? Now this is a good question. So first of all, there's no such thing as perfect, right? Because it's all subjective to what people like. But it is more difficult in the sense that you have to hold people's attention for a lot longer. Like there are YouTube shorts, what we're going to talk about here in a little bit as well. YouTube shorts is the short form content that you see on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, idea pins, things like that, where it's just short form, anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds. That's hard enough to hold people's attention, let alone holding people's attention for a 10-minute YouTube video or a 15-minute blog, or something like that, or God forbid an hour-long stream, right? Something like to hold people's attention is hard. So you have to be very, very deliberate in the hooks and the things that are going to hold people's attention, because with YouTube you have, like David will tell you, like the analytics are crazy. Like when you go behind the scenes and you see these different charts of these charts where they tell you, like you'll see the graphs of people's watch attention, and their watch attention to be like this for 30 seconds, and then they go up and then down and that. Like you're gonna start off here. Everybody's watching. Like now we got 6 viewers. The longer this goes, it can go one of two ways. It's either gonna go down or it's gonna go up. I mean, that's just it, right? And so either some people can hold their attention long enough. Maybe we're gonna give enough information to value where you're like, and I can't turn this off, or at some point you're just gonna you could drop off. But that's the thing about YouTube. It's super, super hard to hold people's attention for a lot longer. But that's what I would say why it's more difficult, David. What do you think on it?
Yeah, I think I do agree. Also, just like the act of like, so like YouTube, at least when I started, they did actually have it in like an editor you could use in the platform. It wasn't good, but like you can really start from the ground. Like you can get a free editing software and learn how to like cut, learn how to color grade, learn how to do little things. But like there's just certain things like doing that and learning how to do those things. It isn't really involved in like short form content like reels and TikToks. Like that editing is all like in the app. It's super clean. It's pretty intuitive. Editing YouTube videos is a little bit less intuitive. And I think it doesn't have to be perfect by any means at the start. Like I'm telling you, like it's a little bit more effort, but like it shouldn't intimidate you because everybody starts somewhere and like you're gonna get to a point. Like I've gotten so much better at editing just from
Hmm.
doing videos. So like you just got to start. That's really all it is.
And I totally agree. And with that being said, the editing part, you can either do it yourself or you can hire someone to do it. I know a
Yep.
lot of these full-time YouTubers, they just have somebody on their team that they hire to just do it for them. They
Mhm.
let them know the theme, they let them know the template that they like, the color scheme, like how they like to edit. You give them a feel for it, and then you just let them go edit, right? You can take
Yeah.
that, but that's when you start. Either you make enough money from YouTube to do that, or you have enough of your own money to just do that from the beginning. You don't have to be doing the editing. That's another thing.
Yeah, CJ. So my one of my friends, online friends, met him in person once. He's a bodybuilder. He's like a pretty legit bodybuilder, like pro. I think he'll be a pro soon. And he's decided to go all in on YouTube. So like he hired out an editor. He used to do his own editing, and it was like he was good. He's probably like me, like good, but not like next level. And he started hiring an editor for his thumbnails and his edits and his view. Like obviously he's putting out good content. He always has been putting out good content, but his views have gone up. Like the thumbnails, they are attracting a lot more eyes. And I mean, it's still the same quality content, but it's just like he's going about that. He said he's going to go all in, and he put that money in, invested in himself, and it's paying off for him.
You
I think he'll
you
start to get some good ad money soon.
you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Thumbnails, thumbnails, thumbnails. Like people are not even gonna watch this if it's a bad thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like where we go on Instagram or Facebook where there's a feed that's just constantly of the feed. Like Instagram is gonna recommend what they think you like based on what you watched most recently and who you're subscribed to. That's what's going to be recommended. So, in order to really and when people are actually looking for something, and most people go on YouTube and they search for something, your video, when it is popped up in the feed or potential suggestions, the thumbnail has to be on point. It has to be exciting. It has to be good looking, or else they're not going to click on it. And then
Mm-hmm.
you ain't got to worry about watch time because they ain't watching it at all. And he's like, man, YouTube is not giving me recommendations. Yeah, because they see your thumbnail every time they give you a thumbnail, nobody clicks it.
Mm-hmm.
So you hit the nail on the head with that. So it could be one of. Oh, by the way, so Avery said hit the thumbnail on the head. I see what you did there. I see what you did. I have another slide, and I'm gonna come back to your question, Deb, because I see your question in the chat. I have another thumbnail I was gonna put up here real quick. Not thumbnail. Oh gosh, he got me saying thumbnail. Another slide. So basically talking about what YouTubers make. We put this on here earlier. If you guys are just tuning in, literally, it's about an average of about 18 cents per view. Now, me and David didn't say this earlier, but you're gonna start getting monetization when you get 1,000 subscribers and you hit so many watch time hours, right? You have to, do those first things first. So that's the first hurdle is getting 1,000 subscribers, 1,000. And so right now, as you tune in right now, I am at 782. 782. So I need 218 of you. I'm gonna say 219 because somebody might unsubscribe. 219 of you to go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel and help me build it. Because I promise you, there's no I have to. Now here's the thing about it. You got to treat your YouTube channel from the beginning like you're making money. If you want to make money, the same as if you are already making the money. If that makes sense. I gotta treat it right now the same way as if I already had 1,000 subscribers. I gotta treat it the same. I can't just wait till I get to 1,000 subscribers and say I'm gonna go all in. I gotta go way all in before then, or else I'm not getting 1,000 subscribers. I gotta already go all in. So that's the hard part, right? You can't just be half-assing it and then, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it whenever it hits 1,000. Like it might not hit 1,000, right? You
Right.
gotta, like, right now I'm treating it as if I'm getting paid from YouTube, which I'm not yet, but I'm treating it like I already am. Avery agrees with that. But what do you think, David?
Yeah, man. Like honestly, I was thinking like I haven't thought that way about the YouTube. That's a really good point, man. Like that's a really good gem and really good way. If you're trying to grow your YouTube, yeah, you got to treat it like take it seriously like that. Put the time into that. Put the money into that to make it like you're getting paid from it.
Mhm.
That's a good point, man. And it's something that I could definitely do a better job of. But uh, yeah, I think oh man, I don't know if I want it.
No, but
I
listen,
think I'll be
go ahead.
careful. No, I think I'll say like of any platform, if you invest that money and time into it, it probably has the highest return. Like I don't know,
Mm,
that's a tough one. It's
mm.
like Instagram is pretty lucrative in that way, but I
I'm gonna
think
tell you,
YouTube
it
might
has
be
the
a little.
longest long-term return. And I'll tell
Hmm.
you that just from, being the expert on Instagram, is that, listen, I make money from Instagram. There's influencer deals like we talked about earlier. When it comes to influencers make the most off of Instagram from the start, because those quick deals, ambassador
Yeah.
deals, things like that. With a YouTube channel, it takes longer to grow. Now, the thing is, why I say it's long term is because it's evergreen. The stuff here on YouTube, people are going to be searching for. Like, if you're looking for gym reviews, for example, you're an influencer. Let's say you right now, David, you go around and travel to gyms all over the country, and you do gym reviews. Like our boy, um,
You.
FB Aftermath. Like, oh, it could be me. It could be me. But I will use somebody else. FB Aftermath. I'll give you an example. Like him, he actually has been doing this for years. And the thing is, like with him, he's turned it into a channel where not only does he play video games, but he travels and he's a fitness influencer. And he's been doing it for years. So people might find his content from 3 years ago and it's still relevant today. On Instagram, something I posted 3 years ago is not likely to show up on any search you ever done. Like
Hmm.
no matter how good I do, but if I set up my YouTube correctly in my videos with the correct tags, with the correct description, with the correct like all that type of stuff is going to be recommended. Like right now, if you type in, you go to YouTube and you type in Chelsea Piers, Fitness New York. It's a gym in New York City. One of my gym reviews is the top ranked. Like it's
Hmm.
been shown thousands of times, like over 6,000 times, probably even more than that, because I really dug in. Like I want my gym review to come up if somebody looks for that gym. So the long term is going to be on an evergreen platform like YouTube a lot longer, and that's why I say with that part.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, by the way, I pulled up some
100%.
successful niches. So if you guys are watching and you're like, hey, who's making all this money? Gamers. I told you, gamers who literally one of my favorite people. I swear to you, tonight, when this is over, I'm going to go on my YouTube channel and I'm going to watch somebody play a video game. I do it every
Who are you
single
watching?
day. I can't tell you. Oh, I could tell you because I was gonna say it's not a secret. Because I was gonna give my list of top YouTube channels later. But TD Barrett, I watch. There's a guy named Moro. He's like he literally plays. I'm watching him play Resident Evil right now. He's
Hmm.
playing Resident Evil 5 remake. But literally, people who play full time video games making six figures, unboxing stuff. Literally, people who just order stuff and unbox it, they get paid to unbox stuff and reviews. You know about the kid who got paid on YouTube, right, David?
I don't know if I know this exact story.
I can't remember the exact name, but maybe I'll get it for the next time we do it. But it literally made over six figures on YouTube by opening up Christmas gifts
I
like
think I have heard
toys.
of that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I
Mhm.
have heard of it. Yeah. Crazy.
Bloopers, fitness, health, and wellness, and that's why I brought this up. Fitness, health, and wellness, making like these are the top niches: food reviews, travel blogs, pranks, people making jokes, cooking. It doesn't matter. There is a niche for it, right? Avery just said in the chat, my kid is obsessed with watching other kids play games on YouTube. These kids make so much money, it's absurd. I'm one of your kids, then, Avery, because I'm making the money and I watch it. And then my nephew, I don't know if he's watching this or he'll watch it later. OJ, he literally watch, like he streams on Twitch and he also watches on YouTube as well. Like he has his own YouTube channel. Like it's crazy. So the num
That's so interesting. Like for I'm thinking like Avery said, like her daughter's like 5, I think. She's
Mhm.
watching other kids. Like, are these like young kids just like like is that like what it would be like being in Hollywood? Like, are you like losing out on your childhood because you're like your job is playing video games? Or are they just like straight up chilling, just making like 6 figures playing games? That
yeah,
that's
yeah.
wild, man. YouTube can do, or well, streaming can do so many
So
things.
to me, I look at it like I used to have a lot of friends just come over my house when I was a kid, and play just watch me play video games. The difference is that now they're not sitting next to me; they're just on YouTube, right?
Facts, facts.
So I have something else I'm going to show because we talked about the long-term form content of videos. Let's talk about YouTube Shorts because a lot of you guys are watching YouTube Shorts. Um, is the short form of content that you already put on TikTok and Instagram, repurposing that content and putting on here and to make money. Yes, you can make money from the short form content too. How? It's going to be the same thing. Ad revenue sharing that YouTube is setting up. So you still got to have the 1,000 subscribers and all that. But there is, and I don't know if this is going to work, David. This is totally on the fly. But I'm just going to see if I'm able to share a video.
Mm.
Let me see if this is actually going to work. If it doesn't work, it's cool. We'll just talk through it. But let me know if you see my
Mhm.
screen. All right. Now I'm gonna hit play. I don't know if the sound is gonna work.
Hmm.
Uh, okay. I'm like you're watching them play video games. Deb said. All right, cool. I'm gonna play this video. Let's see what happens.
Money from the YouTube Partner Program.
You hear-
Let's walk through
Mhm.
how Shorts creators can join YPP, how Shorts ad revenue sharing works, and how you can view your Shorts earnings and performance. First, how can Shorts creators join the YouTube Partner Program? Shorts creators can apply to the program with 1,000 subscribers and 10 million eligible public Shorts views in the last 90 days. Or creators can also qualify with 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 valid public watch hours on long form videos. Also, must follow YouTube's originality policy, which means the content you upload must be your original content and not someone else's. YouTube looks to reward original and authentic content that adds value to viewers. If you put a funny or thoughtful spin on content you didn't originally create, say for example by using our remix tools, you've transformed the content in some way. In other words, we allow reused content if viewers can tell that there's a meaningful difference between the original video and your video. Next, let's walk through how Shorts ad revenue sharing will work. Shorts have a unique ad revenue sharing model. Here are the 4 steps to how it works. First, Shorts feed ad revenue is pooled. Each month, revenue from the ads appearing between Shorts in the Shorts feed will be added together and used to reward monetizing Shorts creators and cover the costs of music licensing. Next, the creator pool is calculated. A portion of the total Shorts feed ad revenue will be allocated to the creator pool based on views and music usage across all watched shorts. If a creator uploads a short without music, all of the revenue associated with its views goes towards the creator pool. If a creator uploads a short with music, the revenue associated with its views will be split among the creator pool and music partners based on the number of tracks used. For example, a short featuring 1 music track would have half of its revenue go towards the creator pool and half set aside for music licensing. A short with 2 music tracks would have 1/3 of its revenue go towards the creator pool and 2/3 go towards music licensing.
So specific.
Then the
I know,
creator
right?
pool is allocated to creators. From the creator pool in each country,
And make it
we'll
simple to
allocate revenue
understand.
to monetizing short
true.
creators based on their share of total shorts views in the creator pool. For example, let's say out of all the shorts uploaded by monetizing creators, you got 5% of eligible views. You would then be allocated 5% of the revenue in the creator pool, regardless of if you used music or not. Finally, the shorts revenue share is applied. Monetizing creators will keep 45% of their allocated shorts revenue. So for example, if you're allocated $1,000 from the creator pool, you'll be paid $450. To recap, the 4 steps of Shorts ad revenue sharing are: 1. Shorts feed ad revenue is pooled. 2. The creator pool is calculated. 3. The creator pool is then allocated to creators. 4. The Shorts revenue share is applied for each creator. Because Shorts don't have traditional watch pages like long form videos.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut it there, but you guys, you get the point with that one. Like, I don't think I've ever saw that explanation for any other like social media channel, right? But what do you think? Like when you see how it broken down, like David, like how simple is that? And you just feel better about creating when it's transparent
Yeah.
like that.
Right. It's kind of discouraging when like you're on Instagram or TikTok and you're putting your all into these videos, CJ. Like you're really trying hard, and then it gets like 150 views, and you just sit there with that rejection and really think about it, and it hurts, and you wonder why you do it. No, I'm kidding. So I appreciate that transparency and explanation of how this process works, because like TikTok and Instagram, they don't really have that. So like very nice to have that consistency and transparency. Whereas like it's like we never truly 100% know what's going on with those darn algorithms, and they can kind of just play with your emotions. But yeah, like overall, the fact that they have such a good system for their creators, they put this much thought into it, like they've broken it down to levels. I just think that's cool. And like who knows, with the advent of all this stuff, maybe those percentages could get a little bit better. They used to be really bomb in the past. I think that they have room to grow. So that's why like I'm even more confident about really investing myself into the YouTube game. Shorts are where it's at, man. I like shorts a lot.
Listen, Dabo, my guy. Listen, by the way, I don't know if you know him or not, Dave, but I'm gonna help you remember who he is. So you know our family member, Simple Eats with Kiki.
Mm-hmm.
So he is one of the brand partners in Africa. So
Oh,
he's one
damn.
of the people
Okay.
you probably seen in her page. So we are
Okay.
literally international right
That's
now with it.
crazy. Yeah, appreciate you watching all the way from, man,
Well, yeah, we're international with
worldwide.
it.
That's
Worldwide.
crazy.
Worldwide YouTube broadcast. Let's go.
I love it. I love
I
it.
guess YouTube is worldwide, but okay.
What time is it?
So I don't know what time it is. He might be watching middle of the night. And then Deb said very well explained. Um, so yeah. Listen, we out here. We out here. I don't know what time it is. Tell us what time it is over there, bro. But with that being said, YouTube Shorts definitely when you should repurpose this stuff. Here's the thing, you guys got to understand. And this goes for all the social media platforms. You don't want to repurpose content with watermarks. That's one of the things that YouTube mentioned there, right? You want to get paid off of original content and originality. So with that being said, music, they've already said, hey, if you're using copyrighted music, that's going to take 33% off the top. 33% off the top of that. Then 33% towards potentially something else, and then 33% towards you. Boom, boom. Each time but if you get more original, oh, now it's only 50% to go somewhere else. 50%. Like the more original you are, the less is going to be split. And on top of that, you don't want to. So when you're taking something from Instagram and TikTok, either one of two things you can do. You can use apps that will allow you to download these videos without the watermark. So like if you want to download something from TikTok without the watermark, you can use Snaptick, snaptick.com. If you want to take something from Instagram from without the watermark, don't download it on Instagram. I use a app that's called Repost Instagram, and you can find it in the App Store. Take those videos off there without the watermarks, use it somewhere else, or like I'll do sometime, I'll just go ahead and record, set up my camera or phone, whatever, and I'll use the sounds in the background, but I will record it straight from the camera, right, in source, and you got that as a source file that you just disperse everywhere. But you don't want to have a TikTok watermark here on YouTube and all that stuff. That's not what no platform wants, right?
They penalize you heavily.
Penalize it heavily, and people are like, oh well, I still see stuff go viral like that. Yeah, they're going viral, but they're not getting paid by Instagram from it or YouTube. They're not going to monetize you for using content from another brand. That's not their purpose.
It's a good way to put it, man.
And then I know a couple last things before we get ready to wrap up here in a little bit. Thank you guys for watching this far. David, tell us 3 YouTube channels that you like to follow. And I'm gonna tell you three that I like to follow, and then see if we can look at these and see what we like about them, and maybe put them into what we do.
Well, I'm thinking I'm gonna beat you to it, CJ. I think the key defining factor for YouTube success is personality and conveying your personality in a way that is entertaining. So that's what these 3 channels that I'm going to talk about have, is they all have a strong personality that I personally can relate to, and I like these guys. So the first one is called Renaissance Periodization. They do like crazy in-depth scientific breakdowns of like how to train for your goals, how to eat for your goals.
You want to put it in the chat, and I'll pull it up real quick if you want to put it in the chat.
Do I go to comments?
Yeah, you can just put it in the comments.
Oh wait, no, I can't comment. I'll put it in the chat and.
Okay, cool.
At science.
While you putting it there, Avery just said she just got on TikTok. Welcome to the party, Avery.
Avery's out here. So Renaissance Periodization. Yeah. The dude that's like the main guy, his name is Dr. Mike. He is hilarious, CJ. He's like, he has a PhD. He's like a damn near a genius. But he says the most off the wall stuff. Like crazy.
Tell me if I'm sharing that on the screen right now.
Yes. Yeah. They'll train like bodybuilders, and they'll train like people that have big social media presences. And they'll just like, they have a different, like distinct scientific way of training, and it just wrecks people. So that's entertaining. The dude on the left, he's just got quite the personality. The one on my right, that's my boy Jared. He's my guy right there. So definitely, I personally know these guys, so like huge fan of them. They've been killing it.
So you said it's about the personality that just that just comes through the videos, and why they.
Right.
And let's look at these thumbnails. Like,
oh yeah. So their video guy Scott, oh, he's a legend, CJ. I love Scott. He does very good. Like, he's very fun. He helped to shoot at that photo shoot that I went to, and he like his editing is hilarious. Like, they sometimes like him and Dr. Mike, they'll like talk shit back and forth, and then Scott will like insert things in the videos, like talking shit on Dr. Mike.
Yeah.
So such a good relationship there. And his thumbnails, they're like solid. I mean, they're not like nothing crazy, but they do videos every day. So like, he just makes them good. I think there are better thumbnails out there, but like I would watch that. Like Pharma Greed Kills. Like I would probably click on that. This dude, this big ass head, he's like looking kind of.
I mean, look, he posted this 3 days ago and got 32,000 views.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well.
Now, if you notice, like when I'm clicking over, like when I highlight over these videos, it's going to a video preview. And so if you guys like when you're doing those videos for YouTube, you want to keep that in mind. Like people are making decisions off of they going to watch this video off the thumbnail and that video preview. What's in that first few seconds? What is it? Is it attracting me? Is it on point? Do you have the subject is one thing, but then the video is something different? They're making that decision. Oh, so by the way, real quick before you give me the second one, hold on. So let's go to the quick thing from Avery. Okay, there's a potential common question. If I have old content from years ago, copyrighted music, do you recommend I go and delete those? Or because they're old, doesn't matter. It's been a while since I used copyrighted music. Yeah, I would totally say, in that particular case, it doesn't matter because it's super old. Anything that you're gonna do now, like when you go on, for example, the YouTube monetization, you're gonna need the 1,000 subscribers, and it's gonna go by your watch time over the last 30 days. So I've been watching mine consistently. It's like, okay, even if I hit 1,000 subscribers, my watch time hours have to be a certain number within that month. So regardless of what happened a year ago, 2 years ago on my page, none of that is being counted. None of that is being counted. What up, fam? Listen. By the way, if you guys ought to know who do my locks and Poof, she's been rocking with me for years. I go to her, I go to someone else, but she's literally the best. I'm the love I'm getting. I'm just getting love here, David. This is awesome. People I didn't even know would be watching this.
Because you're a quality guy, CJ.
I didn't even know. I just literally said, let's just give some value, and here we are. You know, we're
Facts.
getting love. We're building a new community on YouTube. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
So okay, no, but okay, give me the other channel, the second
All
one.
right, Nick Mercs. He's a streamer. So Nick
Who?
Mercs, Mercs. He has been doing this YouTube thing for like 12 years. Back like playing like Gears of War 3, going to tournaments. Like he's been grinding on this gaming scene with like MLG and whatnot. And then during COVID, he turned up CJ. He was posting every
Look at these
day
thumbnails.
Warzone clips. Oh man. That video was so funny. He also tells the most wild, hilarious
We need
stories.
to address the elephant.
I'll put it on mute.
Okay, so like his big thing recently is he'll have like people will donate while he's on his stream
On Twitch.
and yeah, so they can have those like talk to text things and they just say some off the wall stuff. But I've seen this man have 60,000 live viewers on Twitch. So like live on Twitch, he's making all that money. They repost the Twitch content and he makes this is like massively down compared to how it used to be. This is getting wild right here. Somebody made a cartoon spoofing all of the Call of Duty players, but he makes 12K a month now, and his views are way down from what they used to be when he was playing Warzone. Like gaming is kind of down right now in terms of everybody's happiness with it, with like first-person shooters. But he was making some fire content, getting like million views a day per video a day, like day after day after day after day.
I need you guys to hear that. I need you guys, like the people watching, is like 1 million views a day, and you be thinking in your head like, will people watch me? Yes, somebody will watch you. You just gotta be consistent at it.
Yeah,
Like,
some
we
of the
gotta come in.
videos are better than others, but like people still watch him day in and day out. I still watch him from time to time, even though he doesn't play the game that I like.
So, and by the way, you know, I'll get into it in a little bit. My list, you know, because you did steal one of mine, but go ahead. What's your third one?
No, for real? Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So then my third one, he's definitely a more low-key guy. His name is Jeremy Johns. So Jahns, if you want to pull his thing up. But so he's estimated to earn like 5,000 a month off of views. So like he does movie reviews and he's
This
nothing.
him?
Yeah. Like his videos are super simple. Like he just has that red background. Like he's just kind of an average looking dude, you know. Anybody could really do that. But he has like a really good take on these movies. Like I think he's funny. He's got some good like reoccurring themes and jokes because he's been doing this for like 12 years once again on the grind. And it's just like a perfect example of like you can make really good money doing this if you're consistent and if you
look
just
at these
yourself.
views, 680,000 views. What
and
is
look
this movie,
at
The
it's
Whale?
nothing special.
What the hell is The Whale?
Oh, The Whale. Yeah. What's his name? Brendan Fraser just got an Oscar for that. Like it's apparently a very like deep, emotional movie. Very good movie.
Yeah, I don't know anything about The Whale. You guys know what The Whale is?
CJ said, what's The Whale?
Yeah, so I don't know what but the fact is, you said it. Consistent, posting all the time. He's making how much? You said he's making off of here?
Like 6K a month.
And he's
just
talking
an
about
average
movies.
dude talking about movies. Used to work at a movie theater. Used to like blog about movies, and he's like, I'm just to do the YouTube thing.
Yeah, we're doing something wrong here. We're doing something wrong. Like we're literally doing something wrong. There's people playing. We've talked about people playing video games. We've talked about people just talking about, you know, fitness and having fun with the gym bros. We've talked about people with movie reviews, and they're making more money than most people we got on here watching right now. More like what the hell? Like that's crazy. So that just means that we gotta lock in. Not saying that we're gonna compare ourselves to anybody. What we're saying is it's an opportunity for monetization, for living our lives and doing the things that we want to do and just showcasing that to other people. That's it. Dabo said, listen, it's a good movie. CJ, stop hating. He said he heard it's a good movie. Avery, don't say that. CJ, I was thinking how popular you are. It's cute
right?
because they're golden.
Quality
That's not
guy.
true.
He's just a quality guy.
I appreciate the comments, but this is not about me. This is about you guys. This is all about like building something here on YouTube. That's what we're all here for. So I'm just super excited, and I'm gonna give you my quick list, and then we're gonna talk about one last thing before we get out of here. Let me pull up my list. So TD Barrett, what does CJ watch every single day? I watch this guy. So this guy, he's out of Toronto. He has 1.56 million subscribers. He literally plays Madden every single day. And he makes seasons of it. He makes he'll play one-on-one versus celebrities. Like NFL players play against him. So if you want to make a comparison and understand why I kind of see some of the things that I do with the fitness industry, and you're like, hey, you're not a personal trainer, but you do skits with personal trainers. He is equivalent of that. He's not an NFL football player, but he literally gets to play these players because they watch him every day play Madden, and they're like, hey, I want to play Madden versus this kid.
Bro, that's wild.
So literally 1.5 million subscribers, and I'm telling you, every single day he is posting Madden videos. You see how he makes it different? He'll do crazy stuff and it literally is just the kid. Like, literally, he just posts Madden every day. Major money. He got sponsorships from major companies, EA Sports, Madden games. They send it to him before anything else gets before anybody else plays it. They send it to him. Like, they'll bring him into the EA Sports headquarters and they'll demo it because they know that he's going to showcase it more than anybody else. So as much as you're going to influence a particular product or industry, you become more powerful just because you have the most eyeballs. I know Avery said, "What the hell?" Yes, I'm going to watch him when I sign off. So don't judge me. Yes, it's just what it is. All right, cool. So what do you think about that, David? You think that's a little weird, or you think that's just crazy and exciting?
That's just wild that this dude is living his dream. Like,
Yes.
that's the absolute dream right there for him, and he's
He
doing it
literally
just from
makes.
YouTube.
I can guarantee you 100% he makes over six figures.
Right,
And
but he gets to hang out with NFL stars all day, and they watch his
oh, by the
shit.
way,
DJ.
he was like, oh yeah, they watch the shit players, and then they were like, yo, we want you to go to the Super Bowl, and they
Right.
paid for him to go to the Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
He's like, and he was like, oh yeah, I guess he's like, me and my father couldn't make it down from the Canada to the U.S. this year for Phoenix Super Bowl, but we'll be there next year. Like, in the suites, by the way. Come on, bro.
Right.
Playing video games on
Mhm.
YouTube. He doesn't. You go look at his Instagram page, hardly nothing. Look at other channels, Twitter, it's YouTube. YouTube. I'm going to share another page. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Why is it not? Uh-oh, hold on. I had it set up for you guys, and then it went away. So this is one that you guys, if you into the fitness, you'll understand why I'm gonna give this example. So, all right. So you guys know this guy on Instagram, but you know Philly Whedon, right? So am I showing it on the screen right now, David? Is it showing
Yeah.
up?
Yep.
Philly Whedon,
Oh, he's been
literally
killing it.
almost 7,000 subscribers. But here's the thing about it for the fitness industry, for my people in the fitness industry. He literally goes live on here a couple of times a week. He just went live a few minutes ago. What is today? The 20th? Let me see if I can find it on here. By the way, he puts all his shorts on here of all his classes, does numbers, all his classes are on here, right? And like from his gym, he streams it directly his class, and people are like, well, why would I stream on YouTube? Why would I stream on YouTube? One, because you're getting paid for it. How about that? Once you get to a certain number of subscribers, you're not giving away anything for free because you're going to get paid from it. And people are like, oh, I don't want, like, listen, he literally goes like, he just went live. Look at this right here. He just went live. And then this is scheduled for the whole week. So even he just streamed 52 minutes ago. This is literally a 52-minute ago class in his gym. So people are watching live. His community is growing, and you see for the rest of the week. So with that being said, you're making money by streaming from YouTube, and these people are excited when you come to town. And people are, well, how do you get people to show up to Ebony Fit Weekend in different places because of you're only in Cleveland because they've been watching on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, the game is there. So it excites me when I see somebody I know in the fitness industry personally doing it, taking advantage of it,
Mm-hmm.
running with it. So what do you think about that, David? Because I know in general a lot of fitness trainers will be like, well, I'm giving away free workout. You gotta pay, you gotta be behind the paywall. You know what I mean? But it's not free if you're getting paid for it from YouTube.
Right. And yeah, he's like really going about it the right way. Like he's really getting the most out of this platform that you can. He's taking advantage of every form of content and he's consistent on every form of content. And like you said, like that's contributing to him making money, whether it's from YouTube or just the whole ecosystem of his fans. The man's got fans. They travel for him. They're buying his stuff. So like he just utilizes this ecosystem so well. And that's like a blueprint. Just go on here, try to do what he's doing a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So you say you're gonna tap in with it?
I think there's I'm trying to figure out the best way to do lives for like the workouts because
Mm-hmm.
I love doing that in my home gym setup. It's a little bit more tricky with working out at like a gym, but like I'd love to do something like that. So I'm thinking about it.
So let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me video games. I'm gonna pull up. Where is it? I'm gonna see if I can find my subscriptions list. Hold on. I am going through my subscription list. Here's another one. Earn your own leisure, right? This one, if you see, is a network. I don't know if you've heard of, but it's a financial network. By two super successful podcasters. Is right here. They built their own media network. They have over 1 million subscribers, and they made it literally a network of like I know 19 Keys is on there. Him 500. I know you guys have probably heard of Sleepers for Suckers. David Shands, like he has a Social Proof podcast. Earn Your Own Leisure is another great channel where it's literally like so much information on like just like Black Fortune, building out like right here, checking out turning social media into income. There's podcasts on here, there's real estate, there's all this information, all these are different shows. These are like they built kind of like their own media network through YouTube with only over 1 million subscribers, and it started with just a podcast. And so that's kind of like an inspiration to me. It's like to see that, like, okay, like you can make whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a one-on-one type of thing. Like if we wanted to make a whole network that is, what you kind of see what like at the bottom here, you see what's like Reva Fitness TV and all this stuff. It's like you can build it where it's not okay. Well, maybe this YouTube channel doesn't have to be specifically yours. It could be your whole brand, and your brand could have the audience, but then you bring in other people. So let's say if you had a DMARC training YouTube channel, it doesn't have to just be you on there. You could have other people, your philosophies, ideas, your friends, stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and build it out to where you guys build it together. And yeah, the money that comes in is then kind of split even between y'all. Like you don't have to do it alone. Is the kind of the message I get from that YouTube channel and why I wanted to share that one.
Yeah. That's a really good point, man.
Doesn't have to be shared alone. But by the way, if you guys have any questions in the chat before we get ready to wrap up, because we've been talking on this one for a minute. I think the bottom line here is if you guys are not already tapped into YouTube monetization, let's just start towards building that. I'm not either. But again, as I said earlier, you gotta treat it as you are to get to where you are gonna be paid for it. You gotta treat it now like that now. Hold on. Avery said, "Yeah, main Oscar just won." Oh, so but they still talking about the whale.
The whale, bro. I'm telling you, you gotta stop hating on the whale, CJ.
I don't even like the
Cathartic
name.
movie.
I don't even like the name of it. I
It's a very brutal name. Like it's literally just calling it for what it is.
haven't seen it, but it's controversial. Why is it controversial?
So like the dad, he's like a dad, right? Super overweight, and he feels like he's a terrible father and like role model and husband as a result because he's just completely let himself go, and he has to try to like reconcile his relationship with his like 17-year-old daughter. Very like heavy movie. Like he's debating if he should just end it all. Like crazy, but it's a good movie.
So Dabo put a quick question. He said, "Is there a particular time when you can post your content? Or does it matter?" I've heard people say it's best posted in the morning and afternoon. So, question: are you referring to YouTube? Are you referring to different platforms as well? That's the gonna give you the answer. So I'll give you the answer to both. On YouTube, it doesn't matter. Now, granted, there is from what I understand from the experts I've been studying and listening to, that you do want to know when your audience is gonna most, get that traction from the beginning. So, like, if you guys are tuning in more at 8 o'clock, well, I'm gonna start releasing stuff more at 8 o'clock. If you guys are reacting to stuff more at noon, then maybe I need to start releasing like whatever you guys are reacting to. Not saying that you have to post it there, because YouTube. Again, we talked about the evergreenness of it, right? That means that it's always going to be there. People are going to search it, and if you subscribe, it's going to be recommended. But if I know you can get that quick push, when first things are fresh out there, David, it's like you want to get that instant engagement to kind of help it rank higher. You want your videos to rank higher based on that quick engagement early. So if by me posting at 8 o'clock versus me posting at 4 a.m., then I'm going to do that.
Yeah. I think not the whale. I love this continued, like the fact that it's just continued throughout this whole episode. Yeah, I think with YouTube, the biggest thing is, like you said, checking when your engagement's highest. But another thing, this is kind of unrelated, but I think it's really cool of what YouTube's been doing, is like at certain times, maybe it's certain times of the day, maybe it's not, but like I'll see a random video from some nobody, someone like me, right? And it's got like 8 views and it's in the suggestion feed with all these other big videos. So I don't know, like maybe there would be a time that, like, I'm not sure if this is time dependent, but like they'll just randomly interject lower engagement, newer content creators into like the feed of your recommended stuff. So that's really cool. I think that's a cool little thing to put you on to new people and for new people to grow. Not sure if
like
it's
that.
time dependent.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just like the fact that it's a even possibility, because I don't want to just like. Have you ever been recommended something on Instagram where it was like only 3 likes, recommended though? Like not
Yeah.
necessarily somebody you follow, but somebody you don't know. And you're like, no, it's always
Never.
somebody.
Yeah, like very rarely, maybe never in your feed, and then very, very rarely in Reels anymore. It used to be a little bit better, I feel like.
Explorer, when I'm just scrolling through Reels and
Explorer.
Explorer, I
Yeah.
it's
Never an Explorer, bro. We don't want to talk about Explorer.
there's a whole different thing. Oh, he said, "Thank you guys, appreciate it." And then I think we kind of come to a conclusion that YouTube for monetization for creators is like top notch. We all need to be tapped into it, and that nobody's gonna go watch The Whale. I think that's kind of what.
Facts. Facts.
I don't know what the hell A Whale is.
I gave you the breakdown.
I know, I know you did, but I don't want to know anything about it. I just don't, bro.
That's fair.
But so anyway, I think we're good. Listen, I appreciate you guys always for all the questions and engagement. We're gonna I'm gonna keep dragging David out of the basement. We are gonna look, he doesn't know it yet, but at least once a week, I'm like, bro, let's do something. Let's build these channels. David, tell people where they can subscribe to your YouTube.
Yeah, so I actually utilized StreamYard to the best of its abilities. Now I put my oh shoot, it just went away.
Oh no, go ahead. By the way, see what he just said there real quick. You gotta read it out loud. You gotta read it out loud though.
After this, I think I got this motivation I needed from this live. Let's go. You got the motivation. Yeah, man. You got this, bro. Like it's a lot can come from YouTube. So we love to hear that. But yeah, I actually use this thing, right? So you can follow me on, or subscribe to me rather, on YouTube at DMAR_training. I love that they're using handles now. Go ahead and maybe just do me a big favor. Hit that notification bell too, because I think that's good. That's what all the YouTubers say. So I'm going to say it too. But
look what he said. He said, look, not right after this. It's 2 a.m. He's watching 2 a.m., bro.
Dedicated, man. He's on that late night grind.
So wait a second. How many hours is that? That's 5 hours, 6 hours ahead of us. That's like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, we're international with it. So you now have a new title. You have a new notch underneath your belt, David. International
International.
YouTube live host.
Yes.
Or you could just say global, which is the same.
Global. Mr.
Global, you can say.
Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide, D Mart training. Go follow, go subscribe. You already know what to do. Subscribe. We appreciate the love, the likes, the comments. And then other than that, just drop some comments to David if you ever have questions about hypertrophy. Is that how you say it?
You're close. You're close.
What does it say it?
Hypertrophy.
Hyper
Like the hypertrophy.
hypertrophy. I can't. I'm not gonna do this. What you say? I'm gonna get it one day, but I can't do it right now.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll get there. Work in progress.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night. I gotta go get the tin drum because before they close, I'm hungry. What about you, David? What about you? What you doing?
Oh man, I am about to film a YouTube video, believe it or not, and then go to bed. So
Let's go. Let's go. Well,
yeah.
we'll be looking for the YouTube video. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night. All right. Peace, David.
See ya.